Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, what a day it's been so far for Dragon Ball FighterZ. We got an Omega level info dump. Now, not only do we have a lot of info on Kefla now, which is what the bulk of this video will be about, but we also learned a lot about Season 3 itself. Without going into too much detail right this second here, I'll tell you right now, Season 3 will begin on the 25th, so one day before Kefla launches. I will actually have a follow-up video after this video detailing all the Season 3 stuff we have learned, because there's literally too much for one video right now. So we're going to just go with Kefla and tune in on the channel shortly after this video goes live, and we'll have the Season 3 breakdown as we now know it. Now that said, Kefla, hey, let's talk about her. Pretty cool character, right? So first up, before we get to the minutia, I'll definitely tell you right now, Kefla is an aggression character. So if you thought she might be like a zoner or a neutral lord or something like that, that's not going to happen. She's definitely built around aggression to the point where she's almost, like my initial impression, almost like Bardock with green hair. But with all that said, let's just have a direct look right now. So hey, here is Kefla, and of course let's show off those lights. So stand lights kind of whatever. Down L, if this doesn't hit low, then what does? It has to hit low, right? And they're just showing off some of the basic normals here. Now let's look at that auto combo real quick. So the second hit is a multi-hit kick, very similar to Vegito. Also, that is an assist for her, just so you know, it's one of her 3 assists. And then followed up by a drop kick. Now, in the context of the auto combo animation, you don't really get a feel for it, but this drop kick actually has absurd range if you're just whiffing and going for it. As you can see right here, look at this range. That's not nothing. It's pretty significant to say the least. So might not catch people standing at a range because it does have a bit of an upward arc, but still, hey, can't argue the range. And speaking of can't argue the range, this whole sequence appears just to be her stand M. I don't know if you can mash it for extra hits or something, but as was shown in the trailer, this is her stand M in some way, shape, or form, and yeah, it's got some distance to start with, to say the least. Now, it doesn't cover the first hit in a giant gap, so she's not going to be like, you know, cooler ranging you out with the tail or nothing, but still, very big range. At the top of the video when I said she could be like a green-haired Bardock, well, yo, have a look at this. Her Jump M is a 2-hitting move, very reminiscent of Old Man Bardock, to say the least. Following up to that, here's another assortment of normals, so stand heavy, down heavy, jump heavy. As you can see, they're not amazing. They're not awful, to be sure. They're definitely not awful, but they're pretty standard. Also, her basic Ki Blast, a nice sharp red color. I actually kind of dig it. So, kind of standard. The aerial ones are at a very steep angle, kind of similar to Beerus a bit, so you're not going to necessarily full screen with them like you could Super Saiyan Vegeta, but still, they seem pretty alright. Now, this guy right here, the Polish Hammer. So this is apparently forward and H, 6H if you will, and this is a very big deal, as apparently this is a true overhead. So not a low, not a mid, you have to block this one standing. You can also combo into it directly without the need with an assist. You can go into homing dash or a special or a super cancel if you will. So Kefla effectively has now a way to open people up other characters just can't really do. This is once again a solo overhead you can do in a block string all day long, all you want, and go directly from there. Now, Kefla still has the universal overhead to be sure, right? I gotta assume the difference is here, this new overhead is much more negative on block than the universal. By my initial frame counting, they both seem to be the same, the universal being 24 frames. This also appears to be 24 frames startup as well. And hey, let's talk some specials. So she has a pretty basic projectile here, like it's nothing to write home about, right? She also has an alternate anti-air version, so I assume the light is the ground version, the medium is the anti-air, and of course we have the EX, which is 2 shots. EX moves, by the way, as we'll go into later in the Season 3 breakdown video, they now only cost half a bar instead of a full bar, so EX moves are a lot more useful. Now, this next one's a scary one. So this is a very quick spinning dunk here, and it looks like it hit low, because it does hit low. So this, with her enhanced overhead capabilities over normal characters, she's almost like a Mortal Kombat X character in Dragon Ball FighterZ, as her overhead low abilities are definitely way better than the average character, to say the least. Also, the EX version does cause a wall bounce, and now EX costing less bar, they're definitely going to be a lot more useful to use, to be sure. Now on to Kefla's teleport. So it has ground version and air version. This is what we've seen in the trailer. Kind of super speeds and then comes to a very quick halt. Now the thing is, the landing recovery on this is fairly significant. So don't think you're gonna like left, right them, then mash buttons and get them. Unless you're in like a very laggy match online. They also show assist. Now keep in mind with assist, you only ever actually have to block the character up, not the assist. So don't expect to do left, right, weird mix-up cross-ups with assists, other than try to catch them hit buttons, because you can't cross them up that way. Now with that said, it's an excellent mobility tool, and I guarantee you there'll be a lot of shenanigans with it. So keeping on with their specials, we have this here. I'm not sure the name, but I am happy to say I called it, because this is a stance special. So she'll call her orbs here, and you can either charge forward with it, and I'm assuming this is better for combos and damage, or you can shoot it as a projectile. So also is air okay, and if you do charge with it, you go a fixed amount of distance, and if you don't connect, you shoot the projectile anyways. Looks to be very strong for combos, as the initial startup does hit as well, and she has multiple air supers, so she can make good use of it. So speaking of supers, this is her first level one. She has 5 supers all in all. Pretty basic projectile shots, also is air okay. And from that, we also have our, I guess for lack of a better term, our Hell Zone grenade super. So doing it raw, probably not too well advised. But as you can see here, launches very high up, eats up a lot of real estate on the screen. I'm sure there'll be like snapback setups or that kind of stuff involving it, as it's all very, very active. And also, if you want to do it in the air, she'll summon the red energy and just stomp right down. So if you want to, like, say, do an air combo and DHC, then you can bring them right down onto the ground for your next tag partner to DHC into so they can do their super. So 4 level 1 supers just right off the bat. And of course, let's talk that level 3, this full screen hitting monstrosity. And yes, it's just a level 3, you can't hold it for level 5. She already has tons of supers as it stands, so I think that's plenty fine. But yeah. The screen control is crazy, and it's going to be a good one, I'm sure, and it looks like $1 million. And of course, we have to talk assists now, of course. Everyone has 3 assists now. So her first assist is the basic projectile. It seems alright. It seems pretty basic. Second assist is the Vegito Stand Light, the second hit of her auto combo. So good for momentum. Looks like it'll be very good for extending hit stun and extending for block stun as well. I just think that's really fantastic, actually. I think it's a really good one. Also does not knock down, leaves people standing, so very valuable still. Her third assist, her golden assist, is her spin to win move here. So she'll teleport and then charge, and then also do a follow-up here with the axe handle. So it does seem that gold assists have longer regen time as an assist than regular assists. I'm not 100% sure on that, but just so you know. But yeah, as it stands, it seems like the best for like recombos and stuff, because it just eats up a lot of blocks and she holds you in place for quite a long time. And considering the fact she teleports, could be very good in neutral. And there you have it. So that is the basics of what Kefla is. Also, here's the new character select screen. Kefla is in the bottom right besides Jiren and underneath Janemba. And yeah, so I think she's going to be a very aggression-heavy character. So if you like that, then hey, that's going to be awesome for you, because she seems like with all her mobility options, pressure, the fact that she can overhead low like kind of nobody else can, definitely speaks towards offense, offense, offense. So with all that said here, they played some few matches showing off Kefla, and I'll just leave you off with this match in full so you can see what she's like gameplay-wise. Keep in mind, they're new to the character, so don't expect like the highest level play with the character, but still, hey, here you go, hope you enjoy it, and thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go and play some Dragon Ball.
ブロリンをそうですね、まあ、ケフラのことなんて一切知らないと思いますけど、ケフラのことは絶対一切知らない。うわ、おお、ってか B 版だからじゃないですか、今のバウンドしたよね。 B 版だから確かにバウンドしましたね。でも B でも結構早かったけど、あとこいつ刻みが長そう。 B が絡んだ。はいはいはい、そうですね。 A にも絡んで B も絡んで、すごいね。確かに。はい。全部うめえな。うわー、遅れて出てきた。出ました。あんまり強制交代はしなくなるんだろうな。ね。うん。世界最強ゲームみたいな。
よっぽど青ゲージがないとあんまりやっても意味ないですね。
なんで今のガードできんの？ガード意味がわかんない。ガード
ゴイチさんの
入れたもん。
ゴイチさんの調整を指導します。
今の状況の速い展開です。
いや、さすがにケフラの1ゲージがめっちゃ減るとかじゃない限りは。
うおー、傘張りみたいな感じになってた気がしたけど。
それにしても減ってる気がするけどな。
TR おー、出た。
これスライド取るのかな。
C から被弾ね。なるほど。
何そのこと分からない。
危ない。いや、ダメだ。ダメだ、崩せるって思ったのに。永遠から
またそう。ウィー入るよ。もうちゃんウィー。場にしなくても争奪なの。
あ、2段目が当たったから結構減るじゃないですかこれ。
いや、ケフラ通常のこれ強いな、絶対強い。
なるほど。
下に落としてくれる系の空中1ゲージ最高。最高。大喜び最高。
純粋ブルーとかもそうですね。どけばかな。
ああ、新鮮。
お、リアルに隙間があったっぽい。
もうなんか2人ともシーズン3の人になってる。もうなんか慣れちゃってる。
そう。うわー、高い。
うまっ。何知ってんのそんな。すげえ。あ、これ何回も打ってんねん。これ。
逆です。あ、しかもなんかお天気必殺の仲間必殺の受けるとか。
そうですよね。
死んだわ。
何回も打ってんねん。打てるどころが死んだ。
ベジータの C キックもいっぱい打てるってことでしょ。そうです。
ベジータマジできつそうだなこ
いや、強そう。ベジータってまた使うかな。あるな。
れ。左っすね。
あ
慣れてなさが。うわー、そうっすよね。おわー、そうなんだ。
ケフラありがとう。
いや、あ、なるほどね。
うまいの。
あ
うめえ。
あ。やばい。
残された現在。限界突破。
限界突破
あー、スーパーラッシュな負けなんですね。
これ1ゲージ増えてるので、
はい。そうっすよね。
はい、逆転力が。
しゃー。いや、まだある。俺はここから勝った。LC 級。い
確かに。
やー、
さあ、取り返せ、